Hello everyone. Okay, so let's talk about GameStop. Uh, what do we know about GameStop? What's happening in GameStop company? Uh, well, little bit history. It started in January. It started in like 2020 when uh, when somebody called Deep Fucking Value in Reddit start figuring out that GameStop is undervalued, and then he started buying it, and then after a while, in like December 2020, October I think, October November, Ryan Cohen started buying GameStop stock and become a major shareholder. And in January, all the retailers start buying GameStop. So GameStop is a small company in a matter of number of shares. It was totally 50 million shares out there. So it was a very small compared to number of shares. I mean, like Apple company has billions, more than a billion share out there. So it's not the number of shares are very. It's the number of shares so much, but GameStop was very small at the matter of number of shares. So it was 50 around 50 million. So he started buying it, and then January, a lot of people keep buying it, keep buying it. The stock went up, and then everybody know they call it GameStop saga, and then the big guys, which is Citadel and the rest of the faggots of Wall Street, they turn off the buy button so people cannot buy. So what happened was that an average person couldn't buy; they can only sell in January 2021 from 28th of January. But when you sell, somebody has to buy. So who could buy it was the big guy, like Citadel and the rest of the fucking thieves in the fucking Wall Street. So that's start there. And then the stock price, they brought the stock price down, and then it has been like 2.5 years from that time. In last year, I think it was last year. So people in Reddit figured out the price doesn't make sense. Why is that? Because they figured out everybody here is buying. Why the stock price keep going down? What is happening? So right now, what I will call is that September 2021. So what I call is that whoever control the supply of a stock, they control the price, which is citizens. They what they do is that they print GameStop shares. So they don't have this stock, so they print it and they sell it to the whoever buying it. Which is illegal, but they do it either way. In September 2021, people start direct registering their share. So what happened is that when you buy a stock and you go to your broker and buy a stock, you buy a stock. The broker go buy the stock for you and keep it in their name. So the stock stand in the name of the broker, or they call it in the broker name. People in Reddit said, okay, we don't want our stock to be in the name of the broker. We want it to be on our name. So they go and direct register the share or buy directly from Computershare. Computershare is a transfer agent for GameStop, which means that when you buy from them, the stock is under your name, so nobody can touch it, nobody can sell it, nobody can short sell it. And then from that time again, stock price keep coming down. Why is that? So from that time up to today, around 25% of all the GameStop stock are registered. This is the official number. And then 50% of the stock are in the ETFs and other stuff. So very tiny amount of the stock left. So the supply of stock is very, very limited. But why the stock is keep going down? I mean, the simple answer is that because Citadel Security just prints stock. They are biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of capitalism. Ken Griffin is the biggest financial terrorist in the history of capitalism. So he just prints other companies' stock. They call themselves a market maker or wholesaler, which is their job is to provide the stock they don't have when there is a demand, and then when the stock price come down, they start keep buying it, so they make money in the differences. But in reality, here is that in GameStop, what they did was that since January 2021, because when you sell a stock, you have to buy it back. What does that mean? It means that the other side that you sell the stock to, which is the average retail investor, they have to sell it back to you. But if they don't, you're stuck there. You don't have any option. The only option you have is either you transfer your position to another bank or broker, which they did, some of it, and the other option is to just print the stock in order to avoid bankruptcy. So what I'm saying, I mean, which is a truth, is that uh, right now, Citadel Security is massively short the stock. Not only Citadel Security, but also different bank and brokers in the stock market. So these different bank and brokers, along with Citadel Security, all together are short GameStop. That's how they hold the stock down. So why do they do that? Why would they short the stock after 2 years? They hold the stock for 2 years because they have no other option. If you go and check, there is one article that I can see. I mean, in Wall Street Journal regarding my name, because I'm world famous, but I can't see anything about myself. I mean, I'm all over the news, but I can't see any of it because they call it I'm in the reality show. But the reality is I'm not in a reality show. Uh, I am I'm in a conspiracy, and what they did to me wasn't any reality at all. This is the biggest conspiracy and cover up in the history of America. And as you know, I mean, the government also involved in this situation because the fucked up is so big. As you see, I mean, the president of the United States passing by my fucking shelter in 53rd Avenue. You think that was a coincidence? No, I mean, that was president is bending the knee because he knows I'm fucking right. And he's fucking president of the United States is covering up the biggest financial crime in the history of capitalism. And I am fucking holding hostage. I can't have access to my fucking money. People are making money out of me. So people buying fucking tickets to come see me. I'm that famous all over the world. People are fucking betting what the fuck I do during the fucking day. I'm that much famous. They call it a reality show. I call it a conspiracy and cover up because it is a reality. In reality, it's a fucking cover up. They're covering up the biggest crime in the history of America, and I'm the one that who is paying the price. I'm the one who is telling the truth, who is not changing its position, changing the truth, because what they want is that they want me to let go of GameStop because GameStop is like top secret of the fucking government right now, because it's the biggest cover up they ever did. It's includes massive number of people, which is Wall Street and the government. When I was working in a restaurant, I mean, government people are fucking coming and trying to check the fucking camera, and who the fuck know what they did, and it's a very big, very, as I said all the time, it's a it's a big, it's $1 trillion. Who the fuck knows how much fucking big the fucked up is? It's like 3 years, 3 years of fucking lying, 3 years of fucking lying, every fucking day. The media is spreading fucking propaganda against this company just to save, to keep the lie. Oh, because that's what they do. I mean, you can trust government in total, as a matter of fact, but This is one of the fucking worst scandal that they ever had, and they hold me hostage. I'm telling the world that they are covering up the crime, and if I fucking this shit show over, I'm gonna expose them. They do everything they can to keep me in the same situation, and I don't know. I mean, an average people, I mean, I saw them, but it seems that the average person, there is a fucking law or something that, I mean, I heard it a couple of times from the people that there is a law that people cannot talk to me. That the cover up is so big that they have to create this reality show. They have to they have to they have to put a fucking law to prevent people from fucking talking to me directly, can have access to millions of followers around the world, because you know I don't even need money. If I have access to millions of followers around the world, I can simply expose them. I can talk to these people, but I can't. But they don't want me to have that because they're covering up the fucking scandal. It's just it is very frustrating. Tomorrow is 4th of July, and I said, I mean, I'm not gonna celebrate it because there is nothing to celebrate when I don't have any freedom. I am world famous, but I can't have access to my millions of followers and fans around the world. Why is that? Because the government is covering up the crimes, and the government is controlling this narrative. Who the fuck? I mean, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know what do they tell the average person, but it's so sad to see this. I'm living in America, and nobody has the fucking guts to defy this fucking government and said, fuck you, government, what you're doing is wrong. Or there's a fucking company, I'm sure there's a fucking corporation out there that they say, yeah, we invest a lot of money on this fucking shit show. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of any reality show. I'm fucking done. I'm over with every fucking reality show ever exists. I don't want to be any fucking movie. I don't want people to fucking watch me without my fucking permission. But people making money out of me right here because I'm just not letting GameStop go. This is GameStop is like the biggest scandal that this fucking government, United States government, that ever had. And it's just that's what they do. This is Operation fucking Mockingbird. They spread propaganda from the fucking first day of from the January of 2021, and they keeping. The job is to keep the lie alive. It's just these motherfuckers just keep the lie alive, and everything fucking happening around me just to keep me in this fucking situation. You see, this is it. Like Ken Griffin, what he did was that he never intended to close his short position. Because that's their strategy. The shortest company to the ground, and then they bankrupt the company, and then they take their stock out of the stock market over the country, so they don't have to buy it back. Now what's happening to me is the exact same fucking thing. This reality show, they don't want to finish it, because if they finish it, if this reality show ends right fucking now, okay, they have to give me my fucking money, because they made billions of dollars off of me, and they have to give me my fucking money, my share of money, of course. But if they do that, with $1 billion, with just $1 billion, if I go and buy $1 billion worth of GameStop, what will happen is that all these banks and brokers will get the biggest margin call in the history of capitalism. So all these banks and brokers that are short GameStop, because I go buy it from ComputerShare, which is or I go buy it from Fidelity and then transfer it to ComputerShare. So what will happen is that when all those shares are registered, which is cost only $1 billion, which I'm worth more than that, and I have more cash than that. I mean, I know I create fucking value. My existence fucking create value. The people buying tickets to see me. Do you understand that? So I'm that conscious. I mean, so so it's only take $1 billion. If I buy GameStop, $1 billion worth of GameStop, and transfer them to ComputerShare and register them under my name, what will happen is that all these brokers and banks, especially Citadel Security, the first one is Citadel Security, so they get margin called because they are short GameStop, and then when all the shares registered, they can't keep their short. I mean, all the shares registered, they have to cover up their short. So they have to sell all the stock that they have, the long position, like every other stock they bought, that will cause the stock market to crash, and that will cause the price of GameStop to jump flying higher. Who knows? It's now, what is the price? 24.91. Who knows? 250, 2,500. Who the fuck knows? They have to keep buying. They have to keep bidding the price higher and higher until the demand satisfy. Because they sold something they didn't have. So when the shit hit the fans, they have to buy it back, and that will cause the stock market to crash. That's the reason the governments and whatever fucking corporation that's run this fucking reality show holding me hostage, because that's uh, that's that's the truth, and they don't want to accept what they did, and tell the fucking president of the United States is a fucking traitor, because he hold me in this situation, Hassan. I told him, you remember that I text him, I DM him on before December of last year. I told him that Ken Griffin is doing this is a fucked up, the economy is gonna fucked up, and they had the chance, he had the fucking chance. I said, okay, let's end this shit show and then let's talk and then figure out something. But he didn't. And he kept me in this fucking situation. His fucking government hold me in this fucking situation. The fucking company that's running this shit show. You see these people is fucking laughing? He's getting fucking paid, because why? Because as long as they can keep me in this situation, as long as they show that I am crazy, what I'm saying is not right, they can keep this lie over, they can keep this lie alive. The biggest lie that ever told, the biggest fucking cover up in the history of America. As long as they can lie to you, as long as they can convince the public that I'm wrong, they can keep doing that, because they keep fucking printing the stock. That's what they do. The biggest lie ever told. Direct register your share from computer share. DRSGME, fuck the system.